Hello, hello, hello. NXT just went off the air. They had their No Mercy PLE. There was 6 matches on the card. We had one match for the Speed Championship with Sol Ruger going against a mystery opponent. We'll talk about that. We had a weapon steel cage match with Jordan Grace going against Blake Monroe, and I can promise you there was not no grace in that match. And we had Ethan Page defending the North American Championship against Tavion Height. And we had the greatest NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane, defend her championship against Lola Vice. They were in Vice City. And we're going to talk about that main event. We are talking about that main event. Oba Femi defending his NXT North American. Ooh, I mixed up titles. Defending his NXT Championship against Ricky Saint. We're going to talk about it all. This is Unpopular View, the NXT No Mercy review show. And we're going to talk about it all. We have a great intro. So watch this intro and let's talk about NXT. What is going on, you guys in the chat? You heard what we were saying earlier, talking about this NXT No Mercy PLE. We had 6 matches. We're going to get through it. And surprisingly, I got to say, usually George is the first in the chat, but Jeffrey has taken the crown on Saturday. Jeffrey, what's going on, sir? Hope all is well. Sabrina Stella, first off, how the heck are you? And what did you think about this?
Doing fine. Semi-busy day. Ran some errands. Went to the Asian supermarket and filled up on ramen, dumplings, and shrimp tempura while watching No Mercy, which was very satisfying and entertaining. And my jaw dropped to the floor at the end of this show, and we will get to why.
I can't wait to talk about it with you. You said you had, when you said ramen, and you said dumplings too, right? Because it sounds really, really good. Your meal sounded fantastic. I had some jerk chicken over white rice and plantains. You know, when I go to these Caribbean stores, I feel like they're very stingy when it comes to plantains. So they got to make sure that we have. They should give more plantains instead of 2. They should give maybe 4. But I had a fantastic meal, and I look forward to talking about NXT with you. Real quick, guys, you're watching NXT, the NXT review show. We're usually a trio, but Mad Dog took the night off. He said he'll be here on Tuesday, so we'll see you on Tuesday, Mad Dog. But do us a favor, you're watching on YouTube. So if you're new here, do us a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification button, because while, yes, we talk NXT, there's a Monday Night Raw review, there is a AEW Dynamite review, there is a Friday Night SmackDown review, and sometimes we do top 5s and we do predictions, and like how we're doing here, an after show, after PLE, we do it all. We got you guys in the chat. So real quick, let's highlight the guys in the chat here. We got Jeffrey. He says NXT No Mercy was great. It was a fun show. Did they announce the new member of Fatal Influence?
No, but we can already tell who it is.
Yeah, it's Rikishi. I'm taking the record of being first. Absolutely. No, Eric. We got C Money. No Mercy was a lot of fun. Really surprising Ricky St. Pin. We're going to talk about that, but I totally, utterly agree. Like, I didn't see that coming. I've even made the joke that bro spammed the DDT button, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I literally said, holy shit, when I saw that. I don't think anyone, I mean, we're going to go match by match, but I honestly feel like no one expected that coming. And this is a question I want to throw out to you guys in the chat here. Now with Ober, and we got some time, and we're going to read through the chat, but now Ober Femi has dropped the NXT Championship. What is next for him? So I was talking to Sabrina before we went live, and I said, I don't see him going on the main roster yet. And then she was pointing out some things about and we're going to talk about this NXT TNA invasion. I'm glad that they brought back invasion after all these years. It's, oh God, I don't even think it's like 25, 26 years or something like that. I forget the exact number, but they're bringing back, and they're having a champion versus champion winner take all. So it makes you go and say like, well, what's next? And maybe in that match, I don't know. It depends because I see. So Ricky Sainz the champ, and we got right now who I honestly believe that Santana's taking the title off a Trick. But now it makes me wonder what's going to happen because now you have Ober and Trick, and they're not done with their feud. I don't know. Let's see what you guys think. What do you guys think is happening next? I'm just spitballing ideas right about now. I don't have any idea at the moment. Hey guys, see you Tuesday. Yes, Mad Dog, we'll see you. Good Christian Chess at the Great Slam, the great, the Great Grand Slam. I know my name. Great Grand Slam Pooba is looking handsome as always. It's Sabrina Stella, aka the Wrestling Doll, is looking beautiful. You are so great, good Chris in the chat. Thank you. You are always so nice. Nobody saw it coming. No, not at all. Main roster. I don't think so. What is next is helping NXT. Oh, you mean like being in the teams defend TNA? But Obi don't seem like the kind of guy who wants to do any of that. I think he just wants his gold. But you might be onto something there. Oh, I know this guy. This is the big. He's the big. He's big. Kevin Nash to my Bret Hart. All hell, JCJ, and acknowledge her. Absolutely the greatest NXT Women's Champion. You all, I'm going to yell at you guys when we get to that match, but you all were wrong. All of y'all were wrong. Every last one of you guys, even my cat who sat here and said, I'm actually so scared for anyone who goes to the main roster today, I can't lie. And I don't blame you. There's a lot of that. But I'm not done yelling. You guys were all wrong. You told me, no, JC's going to lose, but she won. She did it again. She keeps winning. Oops, I did it again. Brittany, move over. JC Jane is the champion. I wrote a song, but you guys don't even deserve to hear me sing it because you guys were wrong. So I'm going to give you the wrong song. And this is how it goes. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. But Sabrina Stella, take the mic because I will keep talking until everyone think it's Lainey Reed.
It is Lainey Reed.
It's clearly it's Rikishi. Rikishi did it for The Rock.
Rikishi is not. Listen, I'm not gonna say nothing negative, but Rikishi is not that slim.
JC's losing the title. Hold on, wait. Who highlight that comment? Because I know who did that. Highlight that comment because I want to yell. Who's that? They said, if JC is losing the title, no shade, it's not going to be too low. Okay, I'm sorry. I was always expecting. I'm always in defense mode. I apologize. Yeah, it wasn't going to be. I think there was a lot of reasons why they thought Lola was going to get it, hometown and everything like that.
Well, it's not the first time somebody lost in their hometown in front of their friends and family.
And honestly, that's me every day I wake up and I live in New York and I go out. I lose all the time. But let's talk about this first match. Sabrina Stella, you want to take it? I was ready to cook you. But do you want to take the floor about this first match? I thought this was a really good way to open the show.
Well, I mean, what better way to start than with the OG bouncy man himself, Javon Evans, going up against the wannabe American badass in Josh Briggs. Which match was good, even though Javon wasn't 100%, given the fact that he was in SmackDown yesterday, challenging Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship. Mm-hmm. And of course, Josh did come in around the end of the show to beat him down some. But the match was good. It was a fun way to start the show. My mother was sitting with me while I was watching. She saw about some bits and pieces of some of the stuff. And when she saw Javon jump up from the top rope, frog splashing onto him, she said, damn.
Well, see, that's great that your mother was doing that. I want to give a shout out to Mama Bad Guy. It was her birthday this week. She came down here to help me out a little bit in the apartment. And she said, you need to start doing your dishes more. And I said, you are right, Mom. Because how do you beat this? You can't. Women are some of the most powerful beings in the world. So I shut up and listened. I can't explain why, but Josh Briggs give me Baron Corbin energy. I can't tell you whether it's a compliment or not. I think it is a compliment. I think Baron Corbin was very fantastic in the ring, and I think that I don't know, like Briggs. I don't know. I never thought about Baron Corbin, but that's actually really a compliment. And Briggs is. I feel like Briggs is get better all the time. Every time he gets in the ring, I feel like he knows how to work as a big man. There was a lot of spots that I did like. I kind of wish that his finisher was a choke slam. I loved how he gave that choke slam to, and it's credit to Javon too, because he got some height on that. I was like, oh, I was kind of upset that he kicked out. But it was a good match. I thought this was a great way to open up, and I think the right person won here, and having Javon go over in this match. So it was good. And also too, he couldn't lose Friday and Smack. Can you imagine you lose Friday and SmackDown, Friday and Saturday? Like if I'm Shawn Michaels, I'm opening the door and be like, get out. Like apparently you're allergic to winning, so please leave. But I thought this was good. I mean, I'm not gonna name every last spot, but this was a great victory for Javon, and I'm just curious on what is next. And I see you guys saying happy birthday to Mama Bad Guy. I will make sure to pass the word. Her birthday was on Thursday. The Queen celebrated that day, so I will tell her that you kind people said happy birthday to her. Leon Slater turned 21 today. Wow, I remember when I was 21. That was quite a while ago. Like very,
I'm
very
not
long
going to
ago.
say anything because I'm going to get told that I'm making somebody feel old. So
Are you ageist?
no,
I know you're not. I know you're not. I am though. When I see the executive consultant, I don't know why. I just feel like he just smells like Ben Gay, but he really doesn't. I've met him in real life. He's just tall like a tree. But what do we have? What was the second match here?
well, after that, they did a quick recap and congratulations to Miss Kaylani Jordan for winning the Knockouts title after Ash by Elegance had to vacate the belt. And
Mhm.
we saw Indy's face when she counted to three, like, oh my God, we had just gotten the TNA title back to our program, and now we just lost it again.
I was gonna ask you, do you not find that? I find it hilarious, actually.
It
Like,
was very funny,
yeah,
but Ash was respectful. When the match was over, she held Kaylani's hand up in the air because once upon a time ago, she was helping her when she was
but,
in NXT.
I saw a little bit of the video, so they never revealed what is going on. Is she retired? She's not retired, right? It's just she's stepping away because everyone was making it seem like she was retiring.
I do not know all the details of it. I didn't get to see all of it, so I cannot
Sure.
say. Maybe she's either stepping back or something happened, or maybe she got injured, or
Sure.
maybe something's happened that she has to step away for a little bit. I do not know. If anybody does know, then tell us.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in the what's going on because she just won the title. I feel like it was like a month ago that she won it. It wasn't that
It
long
wasn't
ago.
that long ago. It was the last
Yeah.
NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah, so I was just kind of utterly confused on what was going on here, but I just thought it was funny. Like I go through, okay, Jeffrey's saying people are saying she's pregnant, but I don't think anyone actually have the answer. So I'd rather just wait than throw anything out there. But I was just curious on what was going on here. Um, but I just thought it was so funny because like I'm scrolling through IG and I just see Kalani, the new knockout champion. I'm like, I'm an NXT. Like someone was suggesting, if I could just say real quick, and I was like, well, what should Oba do next, right? And someone said, oh, he should just win the TNA championship. And I was just like, you know what? Why not? Everyone is just winning that belt anyway. So
I mean, they're now passing the belts over, like playing a game of hot potato.
yeah. So I know they have this new one called the Meteor, not Meteor Rights Championship. That sounds like a terrible name. What was it like the Media Championship?
The Digital Media Championship.
Oh, Digital Media. Okay.
They've had that for a hot minute.
Well, I remember. So when I was watching TNA, they had the Legends, and then they called it the TV, and I just think they eventually retired. I don't even think that's a belt anymore.
Commentary did say that Lainey Reed did injure herself a while ago training, so she is not medically cleared to compete tonight for the Speed Championship. And they did show a little bit backstage of Lola telling her, hey, sorry about what happened, but there's always next time. And of course, Lainey's not going to take it as a good thing. She's just going to take it as like, Lola talking down and is saying that you ain't gonna be JC. So Soul did
She was
want to
right.
Soul did still want to defend her belt. So she did. So she comes out to the ring with Zarya. And who do we get as our surprise challenger? Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Jada Parker.
See, look, I'm doing the knee thing. Can't see it. The knee thing. I can't go. I can't go that high. It's
But for the 4 minutes and 40 and 46, 48, 49 seconds that it was,
mhm.
it was a steady, solid match all around. Jada had some moments where she was taking over. Soul did get some licks in here and there. We did get Lash coming in from out of nowhere close to the end to basically stop Jada from winning. And when Vic Joseph said that Lash has no business being out here, I was just thinking they've had issues with each other for weeks. And even though it might have seemed like they squashed it, sometimes some of them are just going to come out and attack because they're bored. Get themselves on the pay-per-view some way somehow. So why not? But the way that Soul put her in the Soul Snatcher just as she was getting into the ring was
I
a
love
thing.
how that was shot. I loved how that was shot. Like I remember like Zarya she took out Lash and you see Jada go like whatever, and and all you see is Jada rolling in the ring, not Soul already mid flip ready to hit the Soul Snatcher. I thought this was fine. I'm not big on the whole just not big on the whole speed thing.
Which is
I
fair.
appreciate I appreciate I always say this. I appreciate something that's different, and even though I say as much as I appreciate that, and I just say, hey, it's not for me. There's somebody who's like, yeah, I enjoyed this concept, and that's cool. But it was fine for what it was. I always make the joke about how once they get into that 90 seconds part and the building looked like it's getting ready to blow up, I kind of want to be a part of one day for a NXT show, and I'm at a speed match, and I'm like, it's. I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna give you guys a non-yelling episode of this review, but I'm gonna be there and go like, oh no, it's dangerous. It's the lights are flashing. That's horrible. Steve put in the chat where he said, "Hold up, the young OG won. He's the new champ. Yes, he's the champ of our hearts."
He's the champ of everybody that is not a part of the I do not like Javon Evans fan club.
I like Javon. He's a young man.
Yes,
Javon's a
as do
young
I.
man
We
who just.
all know one person in the UPR family that does not. So, anyways, we get some interview footage with Joe Hendry, and Kelly Kincaid is talking to him, being like, Dark State got the best of you. You lost again. How are you feeling? He says that there's something that Dark State said in the ring that resonated because he appreciates who they are and the brotherhood they stand for. He was paying his respects and giving compliments. Now, of course, they do not care. They could barely give two sugar honey iced teas about anything nice said to them. So they said not to show up when his name is said. We can come in when our name is said. And because it's on site, if you're not with us, you're against us and we'll put you down. When we strike, nobody is safe. And he's thinking, with or against them? Interesting. So
I
we'll
just
see
want
what
to
happens.
say, I don't want to talk about Joe Henry. I want to talk about MD 8999999. No, because he attacked me for no reason in this chat. Because look, I was calm. I was gonna have a calm episode. I know I have lied to you guys and I said I wasn't gonna yell, but I'm gonna yell because how dare he sit here and say JC got lucky? I don't know what that means when someone gets the victory. A win is a win. I don't know if you know that MD 9999999. How dare you? Just no, I'm going to acknowledge him because that was very rude. That was disgusting. Oh, you wanted me to yell. That's what you guys want? Oh, okay. I'll give you guys what you want. I'm going to yell. Well, Joe Henry, he should get his ass kicked, not only from Dark State, but Dark State, TNA, and the Muppets. I don't know why the Muppets, but I just think it would be fucking funny to see. joke, Joanne. I don't know why. I just want to see the Muppets just beat the shit out.
Well, it's been a minute since the
Woo!
WWE TV.
just see Kevin Frog. Oh, Kevin Frog go. I have to beat you up. Okay, carry on. Next thing, because I'll. Matter of fact, I want Sesame Street to beat the shit out of Joe Henry. I have a list of people. What was that group name? Did the Recess Kids have a name, or they didn't have a name?
No, they didn't. They were just friends.
Well, you know who can't join? You got to send. What was the big kid's name? I forget what his name. He was the big one. He was mad big and fat. I forgot his name.
Mikey.
Mikey does sound like a fat name. Yeah. Mikey. Yeah, you send him out there and beat the shit out of him. But go ahead. What's the next segment?
Anyways, we have Mariah May Monroe versus Jordan Grace in a weaponized steel cage match. And this was absolute insanity. I think this was the better of the two weaponized steel cage matches that NXT had to offer. No offense to Gigi Dolan and our current NXT Women's Champion. Theirs was okay.
Once again, Gigi cheated in that cage match, but no one acknowledges that.
You can't cheat in a match that has literally almost no rules other than you can't escape to win. But anyway.
Sabrina Stella, how dare you? That was a lot of sass that was given to me. And I just want you to understand that right now I'm about to write the ultimate letter with my crayon that is kind of chipped. Never mind, carry on.
But anyways, the match was a lot of fun and very entertaining. My mother looked up the most while this match was on. She has a thing for camo, so the first thing that came out of her mouth when we were watching was she liked Mariah May Monroe's pants. That was one of the first few things that came out of her mouth when she wasn't on her phone. But it was a fun, entertaining match. She also noticed the pink garbage can, which was, I was like, yeah, it's a pink garbage can. They have anything and they can use stuff and all of it hurts. But it was a fun, entertaining match. It was very crazy when Mariah May Monroe grabbed the scissors and gave Jordan an improvised little haircut. I do not know if Jordan's hair, if those were extensions or not, but my mother said, if nobody messes with my hair, you mess with my hair, I kill you, which is basically what happened. The second that she noticed their hair was cut, Mariah should have tried climbing out of that cage and ran for her life. But then we get the diamonds thrown in the ring, and you immediately hear everybody chanting EC Dub in the background. In that spot when they got sent through the table was a hell of a good way to end it.
You know, honestly, so my thought process in this match here, it was a good match. It was really, really good. And I agree with what you said, Jeffrey. You was talking about bleeding, because I thought that same thing where she's wearing white, and I was like, oh,
they didn't really bleed, which was nice.
I wouldn't have not minded. I once again, just like the wavelength here, I was just like, yeah, I thought that too. And so when I didn't get no blood, I wasn't disappointed. I was just like, oh, I thought we were gonna get blood. These girls went out there and beat the hell out of each other, and it was a good match. It was great. I thought Jordan was going to lose, because Jordan loses a lot. Yeah, that's fair. But she loses a lot. So my mindset was she's going to lose, and Blake wins the feud, and that's it. This got to be the blow off. I mean, what are they going to do? Have a singles match on NXT 2 weeks from now? No, this should be definitely the end. But I just thought like Jordan would lose and Blake would win, and I don't know what would have been next for her, but she would have been doing other things. And yeah, it was fine. It was pretty good.
I saw the clip on Instagram when they posted up of Mariah May Monroe cutting Jordan's hair, and I clicked on it and I saw a lot of people being like, what, the AEW? I'm like, WWE has done that stuff too, where people have cut each other's hair in the ring, whether it was a hair v hair match or when Bianca cut Becky's hair when they were having their feud going on, and then Becky had given herself like a little tiny rock star looking mullet type haircut. So
it looks pretty badass too.
Tell me
tell me you just started watching wrestling without telling me you just started watching wrestling. Like when you hear stuff like that, and you just can't help but be like, look, I'm more of what you like is what you like. That's cool. Unless you like Bill Goldberg, then don't talk to me because I don't want to catch what you're giving me. But I sit here and go, like, what are you talking about? Like, how do you even just say that and just say, well, well, technically they did it first. Like, what do you mean? Please, just. Sometimes it's okay not to talk. It's all right. Oh, that's it. I'm done talking. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Well, anyways, after that, we get Ava Rain, where she makes a
Oh,
discussion
the worst.
that she and Santino spoke for hours to come up with a solution for everything that had happened. And they have made it official that Invasion will be a thing. It will be on Tuesday, October 7th. And they're going to have 2 Survivor Series elimination matches. And as well as having the NXT tag team, the Dark State versus the TNA tag team champions, the Hardy Boys, title v title match. And I do not like this because I have a feeling I know where this might be heading. And I have a feeling that TNA might be losing yet another title over to NXT.
If I can just jump in real quick, I just wanted to answer a few things.
Listen, I want to be wrong on that. I want to be wrong on that. I don't want to be right about that.
I just want to say, because I saw MD B999 thing, I just wanted to comment on it. No, there's nothing wrong with being new to wrestling. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a lot of them, they'll say things like it's word or bond, and it's not. So no, there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, you do have to start from somewhere. So I totally agree, but I just wanted to comment on that. And Jeffrey saying, God forbid, like if you slander Hoogentoot in front of me, you know what I think? I think you're a moron. But to answer what you're saying here, and get back to the topic at hand here, I see the Hardy Boys beating Dark State, and they're having all the.
I want to be wrong on that. I don't want that to be right. I don't want Dark State to win and take the belt.
Sabrina, hold on, Sabrina Stella, hold on, madam. The Hardys are taking it. The Hardy Boys are getting the big dub here. Dark State, if Dark State, I'm not gonna hold you. If Dark State beat the Hardys, that is going to be our picture for that night. Dark State. It might be called the Dark State Review. If that happens, that is not happening once Sabrina Stella.
It'll be the dark hour over here.
Huh?
It'll be the dark hour over here with that. It'll be a funeral. We'll both wear all black.
No. Sabrina Stella, you have definitely no, because Mad Dog, I had to keep reminding him. I had to, because I'm never separating myself from you, but I had separated myself a lot. You are trying to spoon funniest host for me, and I don't appreciate that because that was damn good. Why do you steal stuff from me?
These things just come to my head and they happen to be funny. If I don't say it, then I forget.
But it's damn good. Like, that's just too good. Like, how do you top that kind of joke? Like, the dark hour, like, damn, why did I think about that? Where's Mr. Cat?
Listen, if they win, we call the dark hour. We wear all black like we're going to a funeral. That's what we'll do.
I wore all black every time I get a paycheck. I'm like, hopefully this works. But I do like that they're bringing back Invasion. A part of me was thinking that they would bring Invasion back because NXT has been bringing back a lot of the old school pay-per-view PLE names, however you want to word it. No Mercy. I forget this one that they call it. It was an ECW one. I remember they had Paul Heyman narrating it. I just can't think of on top of my head. But they brought back a lot of old school names, and Invasion is a cool one, and I think it fits here. So, and I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say in the chat here. MD is he believes that Dark State will win. I don't see Dark State taking that W, but I do want to ask you guys this. I don't watch TNA, so if you guys could come up with a 5 men, 5 women from both TNA and for both for men and women on what their teams look like. What do you think their teams look like for both NXT and TNA? Because that's just I think that's very, very. Oh, Z, the Z is silent. Not today. He's saying she was screwed. I don't believe that, Z. I'm sorry, Z, that
you're not either, but I will give the congrats to JC, even though
I'm sorry. I just want to yell at the top of my lungs. I called it. I kept saying it. No one believed me. Everyone thinks I'm a madman, and you're correct about that, by the way. But I know stuff. I once turned the page of a book, so I just sat here and said I have infinite knowledge, and I'm sorry that you guys can't master the knowledge that I have. I pretty much sneezed and created the universe. But what do we have next here? Because I can sit here and talk about me all day long because I don't recall a time I was wrong. I wish I could tell you guys, but I don't have nothing for you. I don't have a story for you guys. Sorry. But what do we have here, Sabrina Stella?
Well, I love how you said turning the page because literally the next match that had happened was Tavion Heights versus All Legal Ethan Page for
I'm
the
too good.
NXT North American Championship.
I'm too good.
But before that, we had Lash Legend on the mic. She says that she knows what we're thinking and that getting speared by Zarya was worth it because it cost Jada the win. And if TNA thinks they're so big and bad, come and find out. And if anybody should lead the NXT women's team, it should be her. And we get Jada coming in, attacking her, and they start brawling out of the ring. And then we get to the match that happens, which I already mentioned the whole thing with Blaney and Lola, so we're not going to bring it up again.
Sure.
But we get Canada versus USA for this
My
match.
home country against America.
And it ended the way, and it went the way I thought it was going to go when it ended the way I thought it was going to go, which it was not a bad ending. The match was okay.
Mhm.
It was not the greatest match of the night. It was not the worst match of the night. I don't think there was one bad match in this night. So, main roster pay-per-view, take notes.
Honestly, this was a lot more fun than WrestlePalooza. I didn't
I
think this
think
match
a
was
lot of
terrible.
people felt that for WrestlePalooza.
I
The
don't.
first
I
two
don't.
matches were meh for me. It was just the women's and the mixed tag match. I was like, yes.
This wasn't a bad match, but I hear what you're saying. I'm with you where it was like this was not no match of the night, but this wasn't the worst match of the night. I don't think this was terrible. I thought these guys and very rude MDB 99999 fake Canadian. I am maple syrup Canadian. I don't even know what bears are down there, but I am that Canadian. That very rude. He's only on the show just to antagonize me because Mad Dog ain't here. But you want to antagonize me. But every chance you get, Mad Dog is the goat. Meanwhile, his name have a dog. It's dog. So please. But I thought this match was
Listen,
fine.
the dogs love to bark, and he's apparently learned from his master in Steven because he's learning his lessons on how to be a troll from Steven.
You
I
know
don't know.
he
I don't know where he gets this whole shtick of telling us stuff that we either already know or that we told him, but
I love when he sits there and tries to educate me and says, Bill Goldberg was very talented, and I immediately I begin I my blood pressure increases. I think I have a vein in my neck. I think I even fucking fell one time when he said it because I just said, "There's no way this man is
yeah, I think you
physically."
did at one time. But speaking of things that make people fall back, we had El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. appear on the Titantron to call out Ethan Page after Vic Joseph also made a comment of Ethan turning the page on his story with Tavion. He says, if Ethan wants his AAA Latin American Championship, well, I got eyes on your NXT North American Championship, and
Yeah.
I'll see you real soon.
I don't know if we need to be doing all these like unification kind of matches and stuff like that.
Nobody said anything about it being a unification type match.
Yeah, but if he's sitting there saying, "Oh, right, unification, right wording," but either way, he's like, "Hey, you're looking at my championship. I'm looking at your championship." I don't know. If we need to be doing title for title.
They're
I
not going to
don't
be
know.
doing a title v title. They're just going to be fighting for one title at one company and one and the other at the other
You
company.
think so? Because that's not the impression I got here. You that's what you got out of
That
it?
is the impression that I got. I was
Okay.
like, well, one of them could possibly hold one title or both.
Well, I just wait and see how it all happens. But I do want to say here, Dr. Wagner Jr. Not a fan because he's not a real doctor.
But we do get Miles being interviewed backstage. He says it feels really
It is
good
high
to
first
put
time.
Lexis King in the rear view after he doubted, mocked him, and tried to blind him. What he really did was help him tap into that inner demon to defeat him. And as far as TNA goes, NXT is his family, and he's ready to go to war. And he'll sign up to be captain because when TNA shows up, he's going to be ready to defend their house.
I believe that.
Mike Santana sends out an Instagram video calling out Trick Williams for not being man enough to take an ass whooping and says he's going to do everything it takes to bring the title back where it belongs, and he's not the only one that's pissed off. Enjoy no mercy because on Tuesday he's throwing back through that door and he's not coming alone.
Wait a minute, MD99. MD99 is probably the greatest hero I've ever seen. How do you just say that? Like, what do you mean he sucks? Like, what do you, even Jeffrey is like, what do you mean? Like, I feel like you definitely crossed the line at MD8.
There are people that just like to say things to invoke a reaction.
What do you mean?
Why I don't pay attention to anything that person puts out.
I have to ask MD, why do you think that? Because I think Miles is great. I think Miles is very inspiring too. Like
Jeffrey, Miles is not with Lola. Miles is with Stephanie, and Lola is with Damian Priest, as confirmed today or yesterday.
Yeah, there was a picture that was shared. So, congrats to them. MD is like, I said what I said. So he's just like, look, I said what I said. I don't have to explain anything. Fair enough. Look, hey, listen, wrestling is that's the beauty of wrestling, right? Like, just hope you get wrestling. It's selective. It's subjective. So there we go. But what do we have next? What do we have next?
Well, we have what I call one of the other matches of the night because the women brought it to the table as far as this match and the weaponized steel cage match. JC Jane versus Lola Vice for the NXT Women's Championship.
Sabrina Stella.
I personally think that this was JC's best title defense match to date. She dug deep and went in to fight off the former MMA fighter. The former MMA fighter did her best and nearly knocked out JC several times, with Fallon being there to help her. Because JC did talk to her close to the beginning of the match, coming to her, telling her basically to do whatever it takes to help ensure her win, which she did for a moment. She did for some moments during the match, until she pulled the referee out when Lola was about to take the belt. And so the ref threw her out. And the entire time that anything like that had happened, I was just like, I'm waiting for Lainey. Where is Lainey? Where is she? I'm just waiting for her to come out. Like when Fallon got knocked out, I was waiting for Lainey to come in and help her. But I was surprised to see Fallon got up quickly and went to help. But after Fallon got thrown out, Lola gets knocked out by someone else wearing all black. And if anybody is going to sit here and pretend that it was not Lainey Reed, despite the boot that she had on, which she had probably took off for a few seconds to run and just jump back, because normally when some of them do attacks like that dressed in the all black, they stay, take off the black hoodie with the black ski mask that covers everything but the eyes and the mouth. But in the end of it all, with all that help, JC is still our women,
Sabrina Stella, I love you. I love you so much. But I don't like how any of this came out. Like with all the help, JC, her strike game. Look, Lola did some MMA, but you know what? I've had hot cocoa. So like, what are we even chatting about here?
What happened during the match?
I mean, we don't even know if it was Lainey Reed.
We all know it was Lainey Reed. Everybody
she wore a boot. I know. Listen, I paid close attention. She wore a boot, and I know she was wearing a boot because I saw the white toes. So I said, "That's a boot." So she can't do that. It could have been Rikishi for all we know. You don't know. Like Rikishi does stuff like this. I remember back then he ran over a guy for less. So we're stopping him for just interfering for less. Look, Z, I see boos. First off, Z in the chat. Z in the chat. Hello, Z in the chat. You didn't even say hi to me. That was rude. I'm here, unless I'm just like, what am I transparent?
Don't think that he's going to say hi to you while you slander one of his favorites now.
I'm sorry. Look, I think one day everyone kept telling me it was Lola time, and I just assumed that your watches were broke. You know, like, like, look, I know that we all want, like, there's things that we want in life, and sometimes you just can't get it. I remember when I was 5, I wanted a car bed frame, and my parents promised me that I would get it. I can sit here and say 30 years later, I never got that car bed frame. And I'm sorry that you guys didn't get what you wanted. You wanted to see
There are
Lola
moments where it was close, especially when Lola had JC in submission holds a couple times.
but that was really illegal. She was trying to, like, kill the woman. So what are we even?
You
And
can do submissions.
I think that ref had it. Look, I mean, clearly, I'm a certified ref. If everyone saw on Thursday when we did the prediction show and what I could do as a ref, and I just think this ref was new. I feel like this ref. I don't know. I feel like Weave Sweat have more intelligence than this ref. I don't think this ref knew what he was doing. But it is what it is. I'm sorry that you guys are very upset about this, but JC keeps winning. All she does is win. When I think about that song that DJ Khaled did and some other rappers did, all I do is win. That was the JC Jane anthem. I'm sorry that you guys don't know that, but here I am to educate you. You have been educated. You are welcome, and I would like to get paid for this because living in New York is very, very hard. So yes, JC retains. This is great. She continues to inspire fatal influence. Even Jasmine Nix, who has been nixed out of the whole plan. I don't mean to say it like that, but she's been nixed out.
Listen,
But
you said it before I did, so there's a funny one.
good job, me. I am back in contendership for funniest host. I feel bad for anyone who's competing against me because I am just the funniest man to ever live. I'm like 2010 Kevin Hart. But yes, she just keeps winning. I like JC, but it was Lola's time. No, it wasn't. But once again, your watch was disabled and broke, and I hope you go to the watch store to get that fixed. But JC keeps winning, and I love this for her. I love this because you guys get upset about this. I see you guys. I see this. I see the rhetoric or the wording, and people are like, "Oh, she won again. She won again." I'm sorry. For 123 days, she has been successful. What have you done for 123 days? Absolutely nothing. What you have done is have nothing but a scab on your knee and have rotten peanut butter in your refrigerator. So please, you are embarrassing yourself in HD 4K and in stereo. Matter of fact, you know what I'm hearing right now? I'll have to sneeze. Give me a minute. Oh no, I don't have to sneeze at the moment because I want to get this over with. You're giving me what it was in the 90s when you couldn't get the radio on the right sound and everything. It was nothing but static. That's all you are, nothing but static. But JC retains. JC wins. Let's keep this train going. She's probably going to lead the women in the NXT against TNA girls, and she should be. So let's keep on going. The beat keeps going on. I messed up the Mr. Cat. I don't even know where he's at. You know what? I'm
Taking
gonna
a
get.
cat somewhere.
No, he is somewhere around it. I'm gonna get him. Keep talking. I'm gonna get him.
Okay, so while he retrieves our Bobby Fish of the NX Trio, which is now the NX Duo for tonight, we did have a promo from Moose saying where he says you ain't seen nothing yet, and they're going to cause even more chaos on Tuesday. And then an invasion. He's going to prove why he's the face of the franchise, why you should always trust the system, and why TNA will always be the superior brand. Well, I can say this, they're superior in the way they do their Hall of Fame inductions because they don't do only one women's induction once a year. They announce making. But as I was saying, Moose cut a promo on Instagram about proving why TNA is the best, why he is the face of the franchise to prove why, always trust in the system, and why TNA will always be the superior brand. And I said they're superior in one thing, how they do their inductions for their Hall of Fame, because they don't just do it to one woman every year. And no, I'm not counting when they inducted the Bella Twins together a few years back.
Well, I'm sorry. What was the conversation? I missed something here.
Because in Moose's promo, when he mentioned that TNA will always be the superior brand, I said they are in the sense of their induction system because they don't do only one woman every year. Because they've inducted already Mickie James for next year, and the Beautiful People.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
not one.
that.
Oh,
That's
that's not 1 year. I thought this was all in 1 year because I saw about Beautiful People. That's not this year.
No, it said 2026.
Oh, okay, good for no because Beautiful People deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I assume, I just assumed it was this year. I'm sorry, just to get to the point.
Even though Gail Kim did get let go, I would love for her to be inducted in there at some point because she is a 7-time TNA Knockouts champion. So
I thought she already was in the Hall of Fame. I think she is.
if she is, then perfect. If not, then
And
I
good
don't know
for her. I
everything
mean,
about
Gail
the
Kim.
Hall of Fame, so I
No,
can't.
no, but seriously, good for Gail Kim because Gail Kim, her runs in WWE. I remember her first run in '03, and she won the title on her first night. So it was like, oh man, there's a lot of promise. But yes, sir. Yeah, what's your take? No, you picked Lola. Like you thought Lola was gonna win. Get out. You made your appearance. Say bye to everybody. Bye. Get out. You made your appearance. Once appearance, he picked Lola. But her run in WWE wasn't always the best, but in TNA, especially
Well, that's
that
because
first one,
Vince McMahon didn't like her
the second one was awful. Like
because he
you
didn't like
barely
her.
saw him. I'm assuming that's what it was. I don't know. Like when they called her and they brought her back, I was like, oh, we got something here because especially if you look at her run, what 06, 07. I mean, she was really a main feature in that Knockouts division, and I just assumed that they knew what they got in her. I feel like if she was to come in at that time and there was an NXT, she would have been a perfect fit. But on that main roster, they were never going to do anything with her, and that was honestly really a shame too. And I know some people say like, man, she seems so bitter about that, but I can see why she was upset about that run. She
I
was
mean,
just
who wouldn't be upset about a run that was poorly done, especially when you know that your boss doesn't like you?
right.
It's like
I mean,
working at a job you already don't like, but you tolerate, and then your boss just makes it even worse by giving you the most mundane, unnecessary things to do. And even if if you're the hardest working person in the room, someone else who might do less work than you might get promotions, might get pay raises, might get better things than you, and you're only put down just because your boss doesn't like you.
I did want to say there was a there was a spot I had to watch it a few times just to see where I could see where she leaves. But there was a battle royal. I think it was like her
Yeah,
last
she
appearance.
was in a
And
better world when she got eliminated. She just walked off
eliminated
and
herself. She just
back.
eliminated herself. Yeah. Just eliminated herself. It's almost like if you blinked, you miss it. But I had to watch it a few times just to catch that. But Gail Kim, I mean, she definitely deserves a lot of flowers because she's, especially in that when you look at her body of work and the knockouts and stuff that she did with Awesome Kong, and then you could talk about the Beautiful People. Someone that I really liked in the knockouts, and I don't think she gets a lot of mention, but I thought she was dope as hell. Was Roxy Laveau. She was someone that I would say like if you're not familiar with her stuff, I said check back out on her stuff. I thought she was really really good, very very talented. It just things didn't go in her direction. But I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth here. What do
Listen,
we
we
have?
go on our spiels and everything, and that's why the people like watching because they get to learn and hear just a little bit more of what we think.
There we go. There we go. It's
We
kind of a
did get
review
a
show and
tweet
review show.
from Mustafa Ali about continuing the fight after the promo that Moose cut out. But now we get to our main event of the evening,
The main event.
which, first of all, I'm just happy that we have more than 5 matches for this PLE, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we did get Obafemi versus Absolute Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. And this match was a whole classic David versus Goliath match the entire way through. I mean, that's really only the best way to describe it with somebody as big as Oba. And it was quite the back and forth between the two of them. And I was very happy to see how this match went because after I went on my spiel on Thursday and tried to get the words out of my mouth and saying how Ricky was going to put a valiant effort into winning but would not, when I tell you my jaw dropped to the floor after the 4th DDT that Ricky Saints delivered and gave to Oba, which would eventually make him the new NXT champion. We had not been that shocked since JC Jane beat Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's Championship.
I And before we went live, and I remember we were chatting a little bit about this. Um, I just didn't see it happening. I didn't see this being a thing, and I
A
remember
lot
this
of us
saying
didn't see it happening. Even in
it
our
was.
group chat, we we had the executive consultant. He was just like, "OMG, OMG,
I
that
think I
what just happened? I did not see that coming."
and I see
We have a group chat where we vote, and nobody
mhm.
voted for Ricky because we didn't see that coming.
Right. So a few things, just real quick. Shay is saying if Tony D can beat Oba, so can Ricky. You know
Nobody's
what it
saying
is?
that couldn't. We just weren't
It's
expecting it because based on how dominant Oba's been. I mean, he had nearly double the amount of defenses that JC had, which they mentioned.
they did.
JC had
He
6 title defenses so far.
and he had like
Oba had
11
11,
or something. Yeah. No, you know what it is? I feel
which
like
nearly tied him with Braun Breaker's second reign when he had 13.
Oh wow, okay, damn,
They
all right.
mentioned that. Commentary mentioned that. I believe
Well,
Vic mentioned.
I'm glad that you picked that up. I do. Yeah, I was shocked by this. I thought Oba was going to retain. So in my mind, and I think this is what I'm thinking in my mind is like, hey, so he keeps the title, and eventually some kind of match happens with him and Trick, and I felt like that was always going to be the match, the championship match between.
I
They
feel
never
like
had a one.
do something, even if the title's not in the picture anymore. With the way their feud's going, they could have like maybe a last man standing or a 2 out of 3 fall match type thing.
But I don't think Trick would be interested in facing Over anymore. I think Trick is. I mean, I guess they could. I'm not saying they can't. I just think like, why would Trick be even interested in facing Oba anymore? You'd be like, well, you had something I want, and now you don't have it. So now you're not special. Something that Oba said to Ricky, you're not special. Um, this match was fine. I think this match. You know what this match gave me? It gave me vibes of what was this? 11 years ago. I just want to make sure I had the time right. Right. So 11 years ago, I remember me and some friends we were together. It was WrestleMania 30 and it was Undertaker against Brock. And I remember everyone just said, "Oh yeah, this is an easy win for Taker." And Brock got the win. And I'm not saying it's on the same level because I don't need anyone in my DMs and sitting there saying you compared this to WrestleMania 30. Let me tell you something. That don't work for me, brother. I I sit here and I just didn't expect Ricky to win. And when Ricky won, I said, "Oh!" I literally said, "Oh shit!" out loud, like very, very. Uh, I was very surprised, and Jeff was pointing at those 4 DDTs. I was telling Sabrina, um, so Gunther, Walter, however you want to put it, uh, it almost seemed like who talks like that, but Gunther, he there's this kind of online lore with him where they're like when he gets a headlock, he don't know what to do. He panics and he taps out, and that happened with Dragunov and Jey Uso. So maybe now with Ober, his weakness is DDT. You hit him with a DDT enough, he's just like, I don't know what to do with this. I guess I'll just lose. Yeah, I didn't expect the DDT to be the thing to take him out. I didn't expect that, especially in 2025. When's the last time a DDT beat anybody? And maybe someone can have an answer, but when's the last time that was a thing? He also said, talking about Jeffrey, he just to confirm, Gail Kim was inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame in 2016, making her the first female inductee. Introduction was announced in June 2016, and the ceremony took place at that. And I want to say that was the year that was pretty much her final year, and she retired. Because she's not. I don't believe she's an in ring competitor anymore. But good on
No,
her.
but they did have that 10-woman tag match where the people that confronted each other during that 1000th episode of TNA with her, Deanna, Giselle Shaw,
Ooh,
Gordon, Trinity. They brought in Awesome Kong as well, so Mickey was there.
Gail Kim probably should be
Field.
Gail Kim should probably be one of the girls on that invasion storyline. She should. I almost feel like she should be
I
on the
mean, it
opposite
would
side.
work if she wasn't let go.
Huh?
I mean, that probably would have worked if she wasn't let go from TNA.
Oh, she's not with TNA anymore. Damn, I
No,
really don't pay
they let her
attention to anything.
go. They let her go a while ago.
Oh, I did not know that. Then my bad. I didn't know that. Okay, but was Gail Kim Hoodside? Not you, computer. Was Hoodside inducted into the Hall of Fame? I want to say all of Gail Kim was inducted, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. When Trinity was there, so this is
This is a few years back. This is a couple years back.
okay. They fired Gail Kim. I didn't. Oh, then Gail Kim don't need to represent them. Then good luck for them TNA girls because I mean, especially I'm sorry if JC's on the other end, then they're gonna lose. And I'm calling it here again. I
Depending
feel like
who gets put together for Team NXT for Invasion.
I mean, look, once you have JC, you can literally put JC by herself, and she's probably beaten all those girls. I mean, she's a former TNA Knockout champion. Sabrina Stella, who do you remember anyone holding both a WWE, the women NXT, and the Knockout Championship? Did anybody else ever done that at the same
No,
time?
they didn't because the NXT and A collab did not
Ah,
start until last year.
don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. It happened. Listen, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a fantastic mood. This mood can't be removed from me. I am pretty much Peter Parker and Spider-Man 2 when it says raindrop keep falling on my head. It's a fantastic movie, by the way. If you've never seen it, it's a great movie. What else do we have here on the, oh, I think that's it.
That
But
was
I mean,
it.
I look forward though to that October 7th invasion story. Not story, well, not the storyline, but the event, the show. I almost feel like they gotta have something similar to what invasion looked like. Did you ever see what that invasion set looked like? So it says invasion, and then one side is like WCW, ECW, and then the other side was WWF. So it would be cool. I totally doubt. Did they say this was going to be in the Performance Center or anywhere? They didn't say where this was
They
going to be.
didn't say where it was going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be in the Performance Center. Because the only
No.
thing that was shown of anything taking place anywhere else was Halloween Havoc taking place in Arizona.
Okay. Okay. And that's going to be the episode where we got to figure out what costumes are going to look like. Once again, Mad Dog. If we're doing Team Rocket, he got to be. I don't want to be Meowth anymore. He could be Coffin.
Well, I mean, we already have a Meowth, Mr. Cat.
No, he's fired. He's disappointed me. He is.
So we don't have our Bobby Fish anymore?
No, he can't. No, Bobby Cat is no more. He's. You know what? I can't fire him. He has beautiful eyes. Like I immediately fall in love with him every time. I once tried to like stop him from eating food, and I was trying to eat his food, and I felt so bad, and I stopped because he looked at me, and also too, my stomach was telling me I can't devour that stuff. But no, he's retired. I'm sorry, but I look forward to that show, and it's gonna be great. And they said on Tuesday they're going to announce what those teams look like from Raw. I mean Raw. I'm so sorry. Talking about the main roster. What NXT from the men and female is going to look like, and it should be a fun show. I think it's going to be a very very fun show, and also too, we got a lot of matches where it's winner takes all, so that should be fun. Maybe Jack can strategize who faces who JC face. Give me the book. The current both male and female TNA champions are NXT. Yeah, uh, that's hilarious. I hope Vic and Booker T get involved. I would hope that though, like if they're gonna do this invasion thing, so I don't know the name of the guys who do for TNA, but I hope that they are there as well.
Well, I do. Well, I believe
I know
if
one of
I
them was
let me
Devon.
know that one of the commentators is the artist formerly known as Aiden English.
Yes. And who's the
I
other
forget who
one?
the one is.
The other one, God, I feel like he was a former WWE like something with them, like not an announcer, but maybe like an interviewer. But I forget what the names are. But I hope that they bring all that stuff so it could just feel very. So when Invasion happened in 2001, you really had just JR and Michael Cole, and you could have had somebody from WCW like Tony Schiavone and Mike Today, but they didn't do any of that. And I guess the only announcer they had from ECW at the time was Joey Styles, but they didn't have any of that. It felt kind of one sided for that. I think if you have stuff like that, it kind of makes it feel like, oh, this is kind of even playing field. And I think that and I'm with Jeffrey, something Jeffrey said earlier too, is that I think TNA should win this. TNA needs to get some dubs here. Like TNA should I see the Hardys taking the tag title. I got to see what the champions look like for the I just want to see what the champions look like later when it comes to the men's side. So they had rep. Yeah, they did have reps in there. That was stupid though when they had. I guess it was supposed to be like your break match, your fun match where you had who was
A
it? It
ref
was
from both sides in the ring.
yeah, Earl Hebner went against Nick Patrick. It was a ref match. Literally, referees were fighting, and Mick
That
Foley
sounds
was the ref.
stupid. That sounds like nothing would work properly.
It was ridiculous. Listen, we reviewed that a while ago and watched it back. And like as I'm watching it back, I'm like, I remember even as a kid, I was like, this is silly. And even as an adult, I'm like, this is silly. So yeah, no, there was certain matches that didn't need to be there. And also too, I think a lot of people had a lot of high expectations on what Invasion looked like. Like if you're having a WCW versus WWF at that time, you're looking at like a Sting, Goldberg, Hogan, Flair. Like there's all these names, and I would sit here and say watch it back. If you ever have an opportunity and you're just bored and you want to watch it, and it's kind of comical. But that's really the show. We're gonna be back to talk about NXT on Tuesday. Mad Dog will be here. Poor Teddy Long was the ref back. He was the ref. You know, I sometimes forget about that, but he was a ref. I sometimes that slips my mind. So thank you for mentioning that, Jeffrey. But we're gonna be back on Tuesdays to talk about. I'll watch it back on Monday. Yeah, and tell me what you think about it. Like, I think your mind. I feel like when you watch stuff as a kid and then as an adult, your mind is a little bit different. You might be a little forgiving. You might be like, oh, even then I thought this was trash or whatever. Or I felt this way. So yeah, I would like to hear. I would like to hear what you think about it, Jeffrey, when when you watch it back. But we'll be back on Tuesday. The three of us will all be here. Unpopular review. There's so much content here. We I don't know if we have a video. Let me see if we have a video. We do not have a video of it, so I'll just do it right here. I'm gonna do my best impersonation. I'm gonna do my voice here. WrestleMania tickets are expensive. Like, no, seriously, they're very, very expensive. Have you seen those things? But why not join us around WrestleMania weekend, April 17th to the 20th, for our WrestleMania cruise? We're gonna get together. I'm sorry. What's that hashtag, Jeffrey? Hashtag Russell Cruise. Join us. We watch WrestleMania at a affordable price. We link. We talk about some wrestling. We create some great memories. It is a good jolly time, and you should be there with us. And I'll be there. And you get to see me in real life because then you can see like, hey, he's really like this in real life. Yes, I'm very, very insane in real life. So please, if you are interested in that, please go for that. Jim Ross and Paul Heyman against each other on commentary was enjoyable. Yeah, no, Paul Heyman because he would antagonize JR, so that was always funny. I think Invasion has some fun stuff. I always thought the highlight of it was RVD against Jeff Hardy. That was the match of the night easily. Like that was my introduction to RVD. And I remember RVD, he hit this Van Terminator. I mean, not Van Terminator, the Van Daminator on Jeff Hardy. And I was rooting for Jeff Hardy in that match. But when RVD did that, I said, who the fuck is this guy? I like this guy. And RVD has since become a favorite of mine. RVD is just he's one of those guys that I enjoy his work, pretty much. So that's really the show. I don't think there's anything else to plug here, Matt. Unless you have something you want to mention, madam.
No, I already plugged it this past Thursday. I'll do it again on Tuesday. So I'll just leave it be for right now.
Sound fantastic. The Big Pop Theory podcast is a thing. We have been doing some content. We put some on YouTube. We just did a review on WCW Nitro, the first episode. This month made 30 years since the first episode. We wanted to do it much earlier, but it's just, time and trying to find a schedule for everybody and stuff like that. But it's up. So if you want to hear our thoughts and how we feel, and it was pretty more civil than when we did WrestlePalooza, because at the end we were all yelling at each other. It was always a fun time with those guys, and I salute them and I appreciate them helping. And we should be having an audio podcast tomorrow. We usually upload it around 2, 3 in the afternoon on a Sunday, so you guys can hear our thoughts. One of the cool things I always sit here and say what I love about wrestling podcasts, especially when you have people that you like doing it with, it's pretty much a conversation. It's pretty much you catching a conversation live with your friend, with friends talking about wrestling, and you get to see it live and stuff like that. So check out some content for the Big Pop, but also the stuff on Unpopular Review. And Unpopular Review have a lot of great content here as well. I don't have a graphic, but I can run it down for you guys. Monday Night Raw, right after Raw go off the air, you can catch the executive consultant, Big Daddy Cool, and Steaming Willie Beeman. They talk about Monday Night Raw, so check them on after. And that's also where you could catch what makes Willie steaming, and he just grinds in the air very uncomfortably. I remember one time I just turned on Raw because I was a little late, so I called, and I just saw him thrusting in the air. I said, "Oh, I think I went to the wrong YouTube channel," and I turned that shit off immediately. But you shouldn't. You should watch that. Not him thrusting in the air, but you should watch the Raw review. Unless you're into him thrusting in the air. I'm not judging. On Tuesdays, you can catch both me, Sabrina Stella, and Mad Dog Kelly on Tuesday, right after NXT go off the air. I yell and talk about how great JC is. Sabrina Stella narrates everything, and Mad Dog gives the news. So we are the show. Yes. Yes, he made the air very pregnant. The air is given. Stop it, Jeffrey. On Wednesdays, we have All Elite Heat. We have Cactus Katie, Venomous Venny, and the Sheriff. They talk about Dynamite. Check them out, those lovely individuals out after Dynamite go off the air. And on SmackDown, I feel like SmackDown now is on Fridays. I'm not totally sure, but still, I would love for you guys to check them out. You have Vic and DJ, and they talk about SmackDown. I know they just talked about SmackDown yesterday. We had guest was Mike Knox. Shout out to Mike Knox, and please support his channel on YouTube, please, because he does a lot of great work as well. But yeah, we have a lot of great content here on our Popular Review. So that's really the show. I don't think there's anything else to plug, and I don't know why now my nose is stuffy. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed No Mercy, and Sabrina Stella, I don't know. Do you want to take the floor? Do you want to say wave? I don't know. What are we doing? She's doing a wave. All right. Goodbye, people. We'll see you guys on Tuesdays. And hit that like, subscribe, and notification.